Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your girl JoJo coming to you with the finale review for, I was about to say Real Housewives, then I was about to say Love and Hip Hop, Ready to Love, Miami, season 7. And I think this is episode 12. Y'all know I'm not worth the salt on a saltine cracker because I done got in the bed. Okay, y'all know I work nights. I'm laying here and I'm like, I'm supposed to do something, but maybe I'll think of it when I wake up and it hits me that I was supposed to do my Ready to Love review before I went to sleep. So I'm in the bed in the dark. Looking at my notes for Ready to Love. So this isn't going to take us too long. It really wasn't too much going on for the show because y'all know this is the final episode where everybody is making their decisions. So it's not too much to talk about. All right, so everybody meets up with nephew Tyler Perry because it's time to make some decisions, and nephew Tyler Perry lets them know that. I don't really understand why we have people who are still torn. They gotta just be playing it up for the show. But the torn ones, which would consist of Cynthia and Andre, and ironically enough, they're torn about each other. They still have some decisions that they need to make, apparently. So they're going to meet up with a family member of one of the ladies. So I am going to start this off with Morgan. Okay, so Morgan has Tony meet her brother, and I was glad for that. I wanted Tony to meet a male member of her family, so he can see what's up. So the brother is already coming out the gate with it. He just like, oh yeah, every good thing Morgan is saying about him, he said, yeah, y'all in the cute stage right now. Everything is nice right now. And that is the truth, honey. Them first couple months, it's like they can't do no wrong. And then the stuff that you used to think was cute start getting on your nerves. Soon as she said that he was from New York, he was concerned because, according to him, the New York aggression is different. Now, I didn't say that, y'all. Morgan's brother said that about y'all people from up top. So y'all just let me know, is the New York aggression different from other people? Is it something that we should be concerned about? Y'all let me know, New York people. Y'all know, okay? I'm not finna talk about my New York folks like that. I gotta let y'all tell me what's up. Then he asks Tony when he does get there, how is the aggression? How is the jealousy and all of that? Because that jealousy and aggression is in y'all DNA. That's what he said about y'all New York people. That's what he said. So y'all need to let me know. Defend yourselves in the comments. But Tony is just explaining to him. Tony does a lot of stuff that reminds me of like things I've heard in the past when I've been dating, but all that because I'm going to look you in your eye and assure you the whole conversation because I look you in your eye as a man and I assure you, I don't care about none of that. You can look me in my eye and lie to me just fine, especially if you've been practicing it. But he lets the brother know that yes, he's had some moments where he's been a little aggressive. He's very passionate. He had a moment with another suitor of Morgan's and he got upset and some things came out. And the brother's just concerned because he don't want these things to come out again. Morgan has a big heart and he doesn't want his sister to be hurt because if you hurt my sister, then you got a problem with me and then I got to come out here and I got to handle it. Tony seemed to be irritated, not so much with the brother's line of questioning, but the fact that he knows that he's only asking these questions because Morgan has told him things about their situation, and he doesn't really appreciate that. He feels like Morgan shouldn't have said those things to him. But I don't really care, Tony. Like, you've done it, okay? You did that, and you're going to have to own it. What you expect her not to tell her brother? Like, this is part of the show. Okay, this is part of the show. They got to get you hemmed up. Now, in a normal situation, in a relationship, do you need to tell your family everything? Probably not, but, y'all not together. So anyway, once Tony left, the brother is basically just like, he don't really want no problems with me, but I can't tell you if the dude is ready, but he do seem, well, no. What did he say, actually? He said he don't think Tony is ready, but he might be worth a shot. He might be worth the opportunity. If he's not ready, then is he worth an opportunity? No, that's not what the brother said. The brother said he feels like he's ready, but he don't know if he's worth it. That's for Morgan to decide. And Morgan says, I feel like he's worth the opportunity, but I don't really know. I don't know what they was talking about, child. That didn't make no sense to me, because why does the brother feel like he ready, but then at the same time say that he's not worth it? Maybe he means like he's ready for certain things in life, but I don't know if he's worth you dealing with. Maybe that's what he means. I don't know. I'm not finna talk in circles with these people. So just know it don't seem like the brother like Tony like that. Seem like he might like him as a homie to dap up every now and then, but he don't like him for Morgan. Look at me shifting positions in bed. Excuse me, y'all. I'm trying to get right. All right, so let's move to the next thing. So Cynthia invites her two cousins and her sister. Beautiful family. Just, my goodness, just such beautiful women. They start getting emotional when they get to the table, y'all. And I just really want to know, Cynthia, girl, what you been through? Like, she gets so emotional when she's telling them how much she is trying to make, how important this decision is to her, and how she really wants them to be there and really wants them to help her with this because they know what she's been through, and she just wants to make the right decision. Just bless her heart. So when Andre gets there, they want to know what his intentions are with Miss Cynthia. And he said that he is seeking love. Y'all, the cousin started rolling her eyes. My good sis was unimpressed. I don't know if she was the cousin or another sister, because I can't really remember who was who. But anyway, y'all know which one I'm talking about. Rolling them eyes, heavy, bombastic side eye. She was very unimpressed. So he talks about how he dated a lady before previously, a younger woman. She was about 23, and he's still healing from that. I said, Andre, you are bombing this interview, baby. We don't want to hear that you still healing over another woman, but you talking about you ready to love. So they asked him about it. They was just like, wait a minute, do you like younger women? And you talking about you still healing? Like, what make you think you ready for love? What make you think you ready for your forever person? He says, I don't think you could ever be ready for that, but you still desire to have that thing. And they was just looking like, no. What do you mean by you can't be ready? Then he said, well, I don't think I could ever be ready for a woman like her, but I still would desire. Andre did not do well for this family meeting. You could tell he was nervous. I honestly think he's nervous around Cynthia anytime he's with her, because he remembers when he got hemmed up by her baby daddy. I don't feel like those feelings ever left his body. So I just don't think it's ever gonna go right when he gets around anybody that Cynthia is connected to, including the sisters and this cousin situation that's going on right now, because he's not doing a good job. So when Anthony gets there, they kind of start talking along the lines of the children. Anthony says that he has been he doesn't say he's been a stepfather, but he does say he's had a stepfather. And there were men that gravitated to his mother that also took care of him. So he's familiar with that, and it's not something he runs from. We know he has a 5-year-old daughter. Andre says that he's been a stepfather several times. I don't know why that made me laugh, but it did. And, it is something that he does have some fear about, just because of the situations that he's been through. And I figured that just by the way that Andre's friends and family talk around him and children. So y'all know one person has to excuse themselves to leave so we can end this whole situation. So it's Andre first, and then Anthony does end up leaving later. In the end, the cousins and the sister liked Anthony better, of course, because Anthony is just more sure of himself around Cynthia. But when they get him alone, y'all, why they start hemming him up just like the baby daddy did, telling her, if you hurt my sister, it's gonna be a problem. And my cousin is my role model. I look up to her in so many ways. She is so strong, and she is this, and she is that, and she's been through a lot of stuff, and I just want somebody good for her, and I don't want to see her hurt, child. The whole table started crying again while also issuing threats. And Anthony was like, was I just threatened by two different people? But I'm not mad at them for being protective of Cynthia. I also think it's important to have those female relationships in your life and people that got your back. I mean, I know a lot of people a lot of women do gravitate towards men, to be cool with, because we can be a lot. We can be difficult. We can be catty and all those things. You know, it's taken me some time, but I finally do see what other women are talking about in regards to their female friendships. But I will always say, like, my girls have saved my life. It ain't nothing like having my girls have my back, my aunts, my mother, like, it's just nothing like that. And I've had male friends, I've been around male friends, and it's just not, it ain't the same. It ain't the same. It ain't the same. They do what they can do, and I appreciate what they can do. But you know, having some women have my back, child, I can't tell you. I'm telling you, I know that I will always be okay. I really will. And I can say it with full confidence. So it was sweet to see them so emotional over her, and know that they have that connection as family and as women. It was sweet. I liked it. Even though they was issuing threats. Y'all can't be running around threatening people, boyfriends. Oh, I forgot to add on that part that Anthony said he is noticing that Cynthia is not used to receiving love or little surprises in her life, and he plans on changing that. So y'all know that won the cousins and the sisters over. But moving on. Mercedes and her homegirl. You know, her and Marc Anthony have been interesting to me for a while, because even though I do see a vibe between them two and a sexual chemistry, I never saw anything deep for them. I didn't feel like Marc Anthony was looking for anything deeper. And up until the end of the show, I really didn't see Mercedes looking for anything deeper as well. But maybe I was wrong about that. So Mercedes brings her friend Vanessa, and I was laughing because you can tell these two are the least serious on the show, because last week Marc Anthony had a friend call in on a Zoom. Now Mercedes, instead of bringing a family member, she done called the homegirl to come through. So the homegirl comes through. Marc Anthony does show up. And the first thing they start in on is this whole long distance relationship. That's another reason I think Marc Anthony isn't serious, because why you just now laying out this whole long distance relationship thing? Like, Mercedes genuinely looked like this was her first time hearing it. Also, we know that y'all are already in a non-traditional situation with you trying to go to pilot school and her being a flight attendant. It's just like, baby, like, child, we already got distance between us. Now you trying to put home base distance between us. He's going to be in New York, and he's trying to reassure the friend that he want Mercedes to be in both places. I want her to come out to New York. I want her to be in Miami. I want her to come out to New York. I want us to see each other. I'll come out to Miami. He thinks it is very much possible. And the friend wants to know, but how do we know that you're going to be able to fulfill that? And he was just like, because I know, I know that I'm going to be able to do that. And I know that I can make it work. And as him and the friend are going back and forth, they end up having a little tiff, okay, to which the friend say he is stubborn, to which he agrees he is stubborn. And then he tries to lay some other stuff with it. The friend is asking a question to him, and she's just like, yes or no. It's a yes or no. I said, do we need to let y'all two be alone? Like, what is this energy that you two have with each other? But Marc Anthony wants to make it clear that he is very firm. He might come off as stubborn, but he's very firm in his answers. His yeses are yes, his no's are no's. He's not trying to beat around the bush. He's not trying to lie about anything. He's not trying to be evasive to the question. Vanessa don't like him. That's what I've surmised. And as he leaves, she does tell Mercedes, look, you got to look at it for what it is. This is going to be a long-term relationship. Is that really something that you want to do? And after you take away the attractiveness, after you take away the cute face, what really do you have with him? Homegirl laid it out, didn't she? She missed no words with Mercedes, and it's giving Mercedes something to think about. Now, the next person that we meet is Lee. Lee is Jeffrey's sister, another beautiful family member. And y'all know Jeffrey. Oh my gosh, she looked beautiful. So when she comes, Andre comes to meet with her because that is her connection. And she asks him, what is it about Jeffrey that's different from your other connection? And he's like, she's the most beautiful. I'm trying to get my Andre accent, the most spiritually connected as far as my other connection. You know, that she's the most feminine, the most beautiful. That's what he loves about her. When they bring up the kids, I noticed that Andre had a totally different energy towards Jeffrey and her children than the conversation about Cynthia and her children. See, Cynthia, he was still apprehensive and saying he wasn't really sure, probably because of that baby daddy too. But with Jeffrey, he seemed more sure of being able to step in, even though it is a concern of his. He's been a stepfather before, and he is, you know, willing to meet her kids and be around her kids. He's actually already seen her kids. And so when he does end up, was this when he ended up leaving? Oh, they also do discuss Jeffrey kind of being a giver in her relationship and how much she has given. And this seems to be a common theme with Jeffrey and Cynthia. And I just want to say to all of the ladies out there, and the gentlemen, it can apply to you too, but I'm just specifically speaking to them because I know that we do this. Stop all that giving. Stop all that giving and stop it right now. Ayanla said something one time. It was some years ago, but she said, the Bible says my cup runneth over. What's in the cup is for me. What runneth over is for y'all. If I don't got nothing running over, I don't have it to give. All I have is what's in my cup. And that's mine. That is for me. Make it yours. Make it for you. Sometimes I've been in this situation where I feel like if I show how much I can give, then you will see that I am for you. You will see that I'm here for you. You will see that I'm a certain type of woman, and I don't need to show all of that. I don't need to show all that. If I'm putting myself out to show you who I am, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. And y'all definitely don't need to do it, especially when you got children. Like, you need to keep as much in your cup as you can, child, because that overflow, what you do got to give usually got to go to the kids first. And these kids, boy, they'll suck you dry. They'll suck you dry and then ask for some more. But I just wanted to insert that in there. So anyway, Lee just wants the best for Jeffrey. She wants to see the best for her sister. She likes Andre, but definitely wants to make sure that her sister's making the right decision. And then she talking about how she might could find her a biblical husband. If they say biblical husband one more time, I'm gonna slap everybody on this show. But all in all, it does seem like she likes him, just wants to make sure she nails down how Andre really feels as far as the kid thing goes. All right. So let's get to the choosing. Okay, so in the end, I'm going to start with Mercedes because I was shocked, y'all. I was, not shocked. Okay, I was a little surprised. Mercedes, in the end, ended up choosing herself. And Marc Anthony said there was no hard feelings. They will still continue to be in each other's lives. I wouldn't be surprised if these two actually do start dating anyway. But Mercedes does make a good point. She said she has done the work. She's done what she's needed to do, and it's been difficult. But before she chooses a boat, she called him a boat without an anchor. I said, let me write that down. Okay, she looking for something solid. But she says that she is not willing to choose somebody just for a fling. That's not what she wanted. She came on Ready to Love to find love, or to get into a situation where she could find love. And if she can't be sure about somebody, she will just choose herself. And good. I'm proud of Mercedes for that. The next person we have is Cynthia and Anthony. They said a lot of sweet stuff to each other, y'all, but I didn't really write it down because I was over it at this point. But they do end up choosing each other, and they can both be real sweet. But Cynthia, she a player, so her game is way, way smoother than Anthony's. But she put them words on them, and they decided they're gonna choose each other and fit in each other's life. I do remember hearing something like that. Then we have the two terrorists, Tony and Morgan. Y'all, mic drop. I was shocked. I did not think Morgan was going to choose herself. I really, really, especially once Tony chose her, I thought Morgan was going to be like, okay, I choose you back. Morgan looked at that man and said, you are not ready to love. Y'all, Y'all, she pulled that nair out on him, the invisible nair. And Tony was looking at her like he was about to throw them roses around the set. He looked like he was about to tear Miami down. But he said he wasn't gonna allow Morgan to take him out of his character. I said, what you was gonna do, Tony? What were you going to do? But Morgan gonna have to live with this decision for the rest of her life. Yeah, she is. She didn't choose you. And she did look like she was in confusion about it. But she said they've had a lot of good times, but still, something about you, my brother, is not right. Then you had that entanglement with old girl. Like, I just don't think I can do this with you. And I don't think you ready for what I'm ready for. So I'm choosing myself. And it looked like these two get into it on the reunion, which I'm not surprised because I think they already done had sex. I think a lot of that is sexual tension. But we'll see what happens when we get there. Who the next person? I'm missing somebody. Oh, the biblical husband and Ruth. So I'm sorry. So the two of them get together and Jeffrey's just like, oh my gosh, roses, thank you. Thank you so much. I love them. So they choose each other. They said some very nice words to each other as well. And it was very much given wedding day ceremony. I know I was supposed to feel the warm and fuzzies for these two, but I didn't feel it at all. I'm going to be honest, and I said this before the previews even came on. I typed it in my notes and said, I hope I'm wrong. But to me, the two of them come off as very delusional about each other and ignoring obvious red flags. And then when that reunion clip came on, I said, baby, when I'm right, I'm right. When I'm right, I'm right. It's only one ready to love couple that I have been wrong about. One ready to love connection that I have been wrong about since season 1. I have pretty much been on par with everybody. I even predicted that whole thing with Simone and Rashid. Y'all, wait till I do my compilation video, boy. I'm nice with it. I really am nice with it. I'm gonna start calling myself an oracle. The only one I got completely wrong was Reva and Mario. I got them two wrong because I really didn't think they were gonna make it this far, but they are still together. So that is one couple that proved me wrong. But everything else, baby, I called it before them previews even came on. It was red flags there. We're gonna find out what they were at that reunion, and I'm glad. It looked like Pratt got on a short suit. Why, Pratt? Why you do that to us? Anyway, y'all, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you thought about this episode, and I'll see y'all for the next one. All right. Bye.